Alright, class, sit down. Class starts in 10 seconds. Bye bye, Flavor, get off the stage. There we go. Alright, the weekly debrief has officially started now. First of all, we're gonna talk about the operations that have been run this week. I personally think this week was really successful for us. I start to notice that a lot of the new people in the regiment get used to the more experienced players in this regiment and experienced players as a whole. I start to see that we're improving a lot. If I look back 2 weeks ago, where a lot of people right now joined, and how they drove tanks and shot with tanks, to now, there's a good improvement. Of course, there was that one of islet. I think that was yesterday. That didn't went so well. We were prepared for like an hour, and then we arrived at the front and we died, and within like 30 minutes, because that was upper, we flanked around and then were trapped. That was I will just say that will happen more often in the future, because I'm currently trying out more new tank tactics and everything. So expect a lot more losses in the future, because I don't want to always do the same line. It's reliable, but I guess it's kind of boring, like Chukov, who isn't here right now, pointed out. So that's basically it with ops. If we're gonna do it in stages, if anyone has something to say about ops, you can raise your hand and I'm gonna pull you to the stage. Right, good. Nobody has anything to say about ops. I also, by the way, want to give a fast shout out to Vulcanu, who ran the op for me on Friday, because on Friday, some people don't know, on Friday I had migraine, and I couldn't run the op. So Vulcanu jumped in for me, and I heard it went really successful. Thank you for that, by the way. I like that. That's something I wanted to achieve. And yeah, good to have reliable officers now. Next point is, what did the officers work on this week? The officers this week have worked on a little PowerPoint. No, we're not gonna hold PowerPoint presentations now every Sunday. The PowerPoint will eventually be released into one of these channels here. I still need to think of which. And in there, we put in how we're gonna run ops from now on, how our ops are organized, and how our squads are manned. And also, some people have already seen the new voice channels: Klibanari, Hastati, Speculatores, and Machinator. These are our call signs for all the different squads now, and once that PowerPoint is released, you will see and understand why they're called like that. And everybody who have played Arma Milsim at one point in their lives will know that shit. We didn't release it yet, because there's one more thing I want to add to that file, is organize the voice channels, because I think there are a lot of question marks, even for us officers, still above our heads on that, because we don't have really a running system right now for it. There are still some issues and game limitations we need to go around and test and stuff like that, but once we figured that out, we will release that. Yeah, so another thing that was worked on in the regiment, not specifically officers, was from Form. People who are not currently in our Logi team don't know it, but Form created for us a bot where we can put in Discord, if a Logi guy, for example, delivers something to a private stockpile, what did he deliver or what did he take out of? So it's just a bit more organized and a bit easier to handle than a spreadsheet, because I'm running spreadsheet for the regiment too, for like how many ops you guys attend and shit like that, and it's a bit of pain in the arse. I wish I could automate that a bit more. Well, that's a huge shout out too for Form, because yeah, man created the bot out of nowhere for us. And yeah, are there any questions on what are we currently working on, or what you wish is getting worked on? No, nothing. Okay. On a little side note too, last time I said I'm gonna work on medals. I have written down notes of what kind of medals I want to do. Currently haven't worked on them in Discord though because we had other stuff to do that we found more important. Like we started to find that our ops are pretty unorganized and unstructured, and so we wanted first to work on that. That's why we worked on the PowerPoint that will be released, I hope. Promotions of the week. A lot of people got promoted this week for being ops. Form here got promoted 2 ranks for creating the bot. Wilk got promoted from officer to assistant operations officer because he wanted to run ops. Some of you look at your rank, there's a good chance you got promoted. That is good like that. Most of you who are like conscripts got promoted for activity. I like to see that. Another thing, because right now we're getting a whole like structured, sorted with like our officers and everything like that. If you want to help us, go out and recruit. It doesn't matter which kind of player you recruit, if it's a Logi player or a Navy player or whatever, you can just recruit them. Or if it's a completely new guy, if you have like a friend who is completely new to the whole fucking game, recruit him. It helps us. Because for next war, I think we need quite a lot more active people, just for our Logi guys too, to support them in keeping up the factories. And I personally also have a project for next war, but that won't be that won't be us only doing it. I will invite a bunch of other regiments to join us there too. More on that when the time comes, and we got a bit more info from the dev branch how things work. Another thing that we will add, by the way, I forgot to say that, is NCOs. What are NCOs? NCOs is a short term for non-commissioned officers. What are non-commissioned officers gonna do? They're gonna be our squad leads. Officers will be our section leads. So basically, they're leading 2 squads, and an NCO is leading 1 squad. And we also need more people for that, so we can actually start implementing that. NCOs will also be a way for me to see who is fit for being an officer. Because right now it's like I don't really have a way. I play around with people. I have like my candidates that I'm later also gonna talk to, who I want as an officer. But if, for example, if somebody really wants to lead or plan their own ops and stuff like that, I want the role to be a bit of like a testing ground for me to know who is fit for the role. If that is understandable. By the way, if you guys have any questions, doesn't matter if it's on like the subject we have right now or not, just raise your hands, I'll pull you up to the stage and you can ask your question. Yeah. Also expect the next ops to be more, like if you run tanks, to be more mixed tanks, because we also the last few weeks we only ran like only Spaffos, only Bardicious. That is because we only have crates of them, and I don't want to unpack 2 crates and then only use like 1 vehicle of 1 crate, and then we leave like 2 crates to not be like 2 tanks to not be used for public, while our Logi guys have been out there grinding for that shit. So, but right now we have enough people to man at least like 4 tanks or 5 tanks. That is perfectly with me. I love it. I like the activity right now in the regiment. I just want out everyone, even though you guys is only 10 right now and there are plenty of more who are active. Just want to give a quick shout out to everyone who has been active, who has been helping Logi, who is helping me. Especially that to the officers and foremen. What else is there? Ah, yes. There will be soon a Quartermaster, a second-in-command Quartermaster, so somebody who is helping out Alos. I believe we had a vote on that, but I need to look who it is between Battalion and Nesman. I guess before we add the second-in-command Quartermaster, I need to talk with Alos again, and then we should get you sorted too. That is because why we're adding that, Alos is busy. He's gonna be busy soon. So we need somebody to keep our Logi guys organized. And now, it's more like what I talk now about is a bit more like unfoxhole related stuff. Or no, actually, I have one more thing I think for foxhole. People are wishing for artillery ops right now, and I'm not running them. I know it. That people want it, feel acknowledged. I want to do them too at one point. But right now, where we are operating, we were operating like more in the middle of the map. Because we have like our stockpiles there and shit like that. We're only doing tanks because the fronts in these areas are really just they move so much. Like a whole tank line can completely waltz down a whole like front at this point because it's just so unbuilded, you know. We have almost no defenses up. The same counts for the wardens at this point. It's just a back and forth, and I fear that if you get artillery up to some place of that, first of all, we either gotta get all killed from partisans, or a tank line will just come and rush us down and kill all of us and and steal our artillery and stuff like that. That's why I'm not doing RD ops currently at the fronts where we are operating at. I want to, but I can't because I personally think it's not really optimal to do it right now. Because also just, even if you're there, the shit moves so fast. Yes, our field artillery is mobile, but we need to build every like 10 meters we go with the field artillery, we need to build new box, so we're efficient with putting in RD shells into the guns. I might go around the next days, trade a stockpile further down south and start bringing all our RD shells and shit like that down there, so we can run RD ops in the south. But I personally like it more if you concentrate like on like theater of war, and that was the middle. So, any questions, anything that you guys want to say to me? You have the chance right now. I guess not. Alright, then we go to non-foxhole topics. One topic is game nights. Where are they? What happened to them? We're still gonna run them. Right now, I'm in talks with both of creating a Project Zombified server, but if they don't release one till Tuesday, is it Tuesday? Yeah, till Tuesday, I'm gonna create my own one, and then we have like a complete server where we can just relax on and play a bit of Project Zombified. And yeah, but only for a month because it is expensive. If people want to have that server for longer, I guess I'm gonna need a bit of support on that then later. Yeah, that's basically it. Everything I wanted to talk about. Quick little recap of the week. Yeah, like I said, help us recruit, please. That's like where I'm really like, please help us recruit right now, because it's a bit much, because I think we have me who is recruiting, Flavor was recruiting right now because of work and stuff like that. And I don't know, but to be honest, I don't know about anyone else who's recruiting, and it is a bit hard alone, because I'm also not, like, maybe my methods of recruiting in-game are not good enough or something like that, but any help with recruiting would be pretty cool and appreciated. There are 2 people in here, by the way, that, because I see you guys are still here, and I kind of fucking forgot about that, how embarrassing. There are 2 people right now in here that, in my opinion, deserve the officer role if they want to, and that are Forben and Nesman. You guys are invited to be officers. If you don't want to be one, don't worry. The offer will stand forever. So if you want to be it or not, just DM me or type it in any chat, and I'll add you to the officer corps, because you guys have been really active the last few weeks, and Yeah, Nesmin, I seen that you do a lot of fucking logic. Like Jesus fucking Christ, I'm telling you, like a day ahead, like can you please move it, and the next day it's everything is fucking moved. Yeah, well, you're all now free to leave. Took shorter than expected. I thought there were some questions, but I guess if nobody is, if everything is understandable, then I guess that's good too. There won't be like a special scene after the end of the movie, and not like in the Marvel movie. You can all just go now.